Hey everybody, Bill here, Restored Hot Rods. So, I was going to come out here today and put gas in this thing and transmission fluid and water and all that other good stuff and fire it up and start thinking about backing it out. But I forgot, well, I got one of these hubs over here on this side was loose. So I pulled it apart and it was not only loose, it was only held on with one bolt. It's supposed to have 6. So I got it off of there. That's what it's supposed to look like. This hub I got off, and this hub was on, but it wasn't on right. Somebody taken it apart, put it half on, the snap ring was loose. It's like, okay, I got a problem. The one bolt that was holding it on was stripped out. All right, that's not good. There's the bolt I pulled out of the passenger side. So I'll show you the quandary I have here. This hub bolts on here like this. And there's the bolt holes. And you can see that bolt there is snapped off right there. And the rest of them, I got like, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch maybe. So every one of these bolts is broken off. That's what happens, you let it be loose and don't tighten it up. Everyone's broken off, and I can see the threads in there. See this one here? You can see the threads in there, but it's stripped out. Which is disappointing. So I'm going to have to drill and tap each one of those out to get the hub back on. Bearings right here. This nut adjusts the bearing, jam nut for the wheel bearings, which doesn't look bad. I mean, it's not rusty in there at least. Should I take it apart and clean them up and repack the bearings? Yes. Yeah, I really should. Is it going to be easier to re-tap those bolts out if I pull the hub off? Yeah, probably. Which means I got to jack it up, pull the tire, pull the brakes, and pull that hub. Which is not, that's not what I planned on doing, but I don't think I have much of a choice. So, let's get started on that nightmare. It's always something. Nothing's ever easy. Of course, when you're dealing with old used junk, what do you expect? Yeah. All right, here we go. So pull the caliper off, just like any other GM product. You pull the 2 bolts off and pop it off. Rotor's not in bad shape. And I got this going. Got this loose. It's got the 2 jam nuts. This is why I don't have the right wrench, because like the rears take one big nut and they're like a $30 socket. And this takes another one. Which, yeah, you can rent them. That means I got to go all the way into town to get it. Not really knowing which one I need. There's the 1 jam nut. There's the washer. It goes in between the two. Oh, see, that wasn't too terribly tight. It's snug, but seeing as how I'm going to have to do the other side too. I may not do it right now. I mean, I had to do this one because this hub is broken. Wasn't bolted on, so I wouldn't have any four-wheel drive. Didn't want to drive it like that, so. Check in to see if I can find some sockets that fit this. These washers, they have a dog here, the keyway in the top up here. It seems to me we're missing something. I think this inner nut here had a pin. Oh, it does have a pin. It's got a pin standing out that this holds in. That's what it is. I'll show you when I get it out of here. Socket, correct socket would be nice. Not that I'm against buying specialty tools. If you have too many specialty tools, then you have to have a toolbox for specialty tools. This guy's being a booger. I got smart here, that's a little easier. Right there. All of a sudden that socket's looking really good. Must be a burr in those starting threads. There it is. All cleaned up there. And you see, this washer's got that, I don't know if you can see that, that little dowel sticking out. And that corresponds with one of these, whichever one's tight. And that goes, then this keyway goes into the top of the axle tube here. Keep it from backing out. Alrighty. Come on, come on. All right. Check these bearings. What you do is wipe them off and look in the grease, see if there's any metal shavings. If there's little flecks of chrome, little shiny spots, time to replace them. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, don't look at the bearing. Well, you can look at the bearing too, obviously, but if you look in the grease, yeah, looks like pretty greasy grease. Definitely to be repacked, which I will do. Okay, now more rags. Okay, so this rotor hasn't been spun in a while. See from the rust, but I'll clean that up with some 80 grit sandpaper. Clean that up. before I put it back together. Get all my little stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the hub. Parts hold that together. Okay, now we can take a nice close look. Yeah, see, every one of those bolts froze up and broke off. That's just awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to start off by soaking them in some lube and letting it sit. Come on, squirt. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to let those sit for a while. It's, I got to go start the barbecue anyway. We're barbecuing ribs tonight. And it's actually, it's over 40. It's like 42 or something like that outside, raining. Raining pretty hard, actually. So, anyway, I'll be back. Okay, so it's been a couple days. I put penetrating oil in all these, let them soak for a couple days. Just let it sit here. Now, I mopped all that out of there and went around and center punched them. So I got them all center punched. Every one of them broken off. You can see how this one is walked out. So it was obviously walking around and snapped the bolt off. That one too. Actually, well, yeah, most of them. So I've ordered some helicoils. So I'm going to drill these out and put a helicoil in each one of them. I'll try one of them that's not broken off real deep. I'll try to tap it and use an easy out, but I don't think that's going to work. I seriously doubt it. I haven't ever had any luck with easy outs. So that's when I'm going to start with this. So I'm going to get drilling on these. Now, if I had a bigger drill press, I'd put this in the drill press, but my drill press is so puny, it won't fit in there. So I got to do this by hand, which really sucks. Well, see how easily these drill out. I got this bearing section here all packed with rags, so. Well, these appear to be pretty soft bolts. The old PB blaster. I'm using that because I'm out of everything else. I can't say I'm a big fan of it. But at some point I should drill all the way through the bolt. Up. There, now I'm through it. Try an easy out. What do I got to lose? All right. Oh, will you look at that? Wow, that never happens. That bolt is broken off down lower. Are there more threads down there? Yes, there is. That bolt was broken in 2 places. That's awesome. That piece only came out. That piece there only came out because the bolt was in there, but it's broken in 2 pieces. There's more down there. Oh, brother. I don't think this will reach. Nope, it will not. Well, it sounded good. Well, they're drilling through pretty easy. How lucky am I going to get? What do you think? Not very? Yeah, these extractors won't work. Let me try some of the conventional type. I think I have some. Yeah, this is the smallest one I have. I don't think it's small enough. Oh, maybe it is. Let's give her a go. No. What I don't want to do is break this off. That's not coming out of there. Well, let's see. I think I'll go ahead and I'm going to drill a hole all the way through each one of them that I can fill it full of penetrating oil. And the penetrating oil can help wick up from the bottom. Maybe that'll help. Then I can put some heat on it. Try to get with the easy out, work it back and forth, see what happens. It'd be perfect. If I can get them out, that'd be great. I can use longer bolts. Well, I'd rather not use a helicoil. But I gotta do whatever I gotta do. Well, I was expecting these bolts to be hard. And I'm really happy that they're not. That's a big plus. Big, big plus. Big, big, big. Ooh, that one might come out. Maybe there is hope. Got that one out. That's a surprise. Got the whole bolt out. That's the bottom of the bolt. Maybe I can get them out. That would be awesome. And totally unexpected. Wow, that's cool. Okay, let's try this one. I'm not going to try very hard on them. If you snap the easy out off, because they're hard, you can't drill through them. You know, well, you can, but none of the rest of them are going to cooperate. I don't think. Ooh, look at that. Wow, maybe the old PB blaster is working. Maybe I underestimated the stuff. Yep, that's that whole bolt. Wow, cool. That's a lot more better than I was expected to get. So I'm just going to keep working on this. See what happens. All right, decided to break out the big guns here. Let's try heating it up. It's been soaking for a while. Still no go. So See if we get lucky here. Nope. Not going to happen. Yeah, soak it some more. See what happens. All right, so it's been 24 hours or so. But they soaked and they're still not coming out. But I had a thought. What about this? What about instead of trying to helicoil these holes so it fits, why don't I just clock that like that? Drill new holes and retap them. That way they won't be walked out like that. And I don't have to use helicoil. I can actually thread into the steel. I think that's a better answer. Plus, I don't have the helicoils now anyway. I'm waiting on them. So I think I'm going to try that. Let's see how that works out. So I finally got all these holes cleared out using the drilling them out, using the easy out, using the punch. Finally got all of them threaded all the way down in. It took I spent like 3 hours on it. But I don't have my helicoils yet. I was going to re-drill holes and re-drill and tap them, but trying to get straight holes and get them straight down without a drill press, I decided it's too hard. So I worked on those. It worked out. Now some of these are where these holes are kind of walked out. They're kind of raised up. So I'm just going to file them down real quick and get that straightened out. And then I guess I'll go put it back together. I should get a new grease seal. Oh yeah, that one's funky. Oh yeah. All right. So I'll go out tomorrow, maybe today, and get new grease seals for it so I can put the wheels back on it and get back to where I started. Doing something fun, because this isn't fun. All right, got the wheel all back on. I'm gonna have to revisit these again later because this is an old hub here, and it's a little finicky. Had a hard time getting it back on to make it work. You got to get it just in the right spot, and it's got longer springs, and it's just old. The other side's been replaced, so I had to swap them back and forth to figure out what was going on. But I finally got it to function. I can do that later, not when it's freezing cold. And I did get really greasy, but I found my socket. That's what it looks like. It's got those 4 prongs on it. That's a, it's actually still got a number on it. Huh. Called a it's a spindle nut socket. But after I got this one all taken apart, I realized, wait a minute, I think I have one of those. And there it was. So, on to the next thing. I'm going to end this video here. I sure do appreciate everybody watching. This is not where I intended on this video on going, but it took a whole lot longer than I thought it was going to. I did clean up these holes, and they're pretty good. I'm not really super happy with them. I think I'm going to have another issue on the other side. So when I get ready to do that, I'm going to have a bigger drill press. This little cheapy Harbor Freight thing that I got at garage sales just can't quite cut it. So that's it for now, folks. Appreciate everybody watching. Take care.